Hello people, this is NUSensei. I've covered quite a few different bows, from beginner wooden bows to mid-range Sebastian flute bows and of course top-end wooden wings. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, well, what about Hoyt? Well, today we have the Hoyt Horizon Pro. The Hoyt Horizon has been around for a while now and has been one of the attractive risers in the middle of the price range ever since I started archery. There are actually two versions, the regular Hoyt Horizon and the Hoyt Horizon Pro, which is what you are seeing here. The model is essentially the same, with some minor differences which I'll point out later. The Horizon is an aluminium riser with a distinct shape and design that is reflective of many of Hoyt's top risers. The normal Horizon has a painted finish, while the Horizon Pro has an anodized finish, giving a much better quality appearance. I've said a few times in other videos that low-end aluminium bows tend to feel quite heavy. The Hoyt Horizon is just over a kilogram or 2.4 pounds, making it a bit lighter than some aluminium designs, and it certainly does feel a bit more delicate and less like holding a lead bar. In this regard, I compare it favorably to entry-level risers such as the SF Premium and the Cartel Phantom. The Horizon uses the Grand Prix bolt system, which is Hoyt's brand label for ILF compatible limbs and risers, which in turn is based on Hoyt's dovetail system. One difference with the Pro version is that the limb bolt heads are free floating, which feel really loose, but are meant to fit snugly with the limb when locked in. The limbs that I have with this bow are the Hoyt Grand Prix Carbon Ace, which is a high performance limb in the middle of their price range. I should note that with the limb pocket system, the bolts will be loose until you string the bow. This is not a problem in any way, but the limb itself might shake free or slip out of your hand if you hold the limb. Other risers tend to have a more enclosed limb pocket, so this literally might slip through your fingers. The grip is a big point of difference between the Pro and regular versions. The regular Horizon has a plastic grip, while the Pro version has a more aggressive pistol-shaped grip that is used on some of Hoyt's higher level bows, such as the HBX, with a much nicer appearance. As with nearly every grip at this level, it fits the hand really nicely, allowing you to get a good feel of where the pressure point should be. That said, the grip is a bit narrower than the win-and-win grips. There's less curvature for the palm and thumb to sit on. This isn't an issue for most, though some archers may want to build up their grip if they feel that they need more support for consistency. Otherwise, it is a nice Hoyt grip. As I said earlier, the Horizon does not feel heavy in the hand, but it does still have the solid sturdiness of aluminium risers. This is good for beginners and intermediate shooters because it doesn't feel like you're lifting a ton each time you raise the bow, and it gives good solid feedback. However, like other mid-level bows, it doesn't really hold its balance by itself in what you might call autocorrect, so it's a bit less forgiving if you have a tendency to cant the bow. The setup that I'm using includes the Horizon Pro with long 38-pound Carbon Ace limbs, which is a longer bow than what I normally use. Alright, I'm going to do some bareboat to start with. I've had a few shots already. I do emphasize I'm trying bareboat. My anchor will seem a little different in this. I will be string walking. The reason why it will be different is because the finger tab I'm using has a slight ledge. And if I anchor at the correct point for 6 meters or 7 meters, I'm going to punch myself in the face. So I'm a little conservative about how I use this tab, but we'll make it work. That feels great. The vibration is well under control. And I'm not shooting that great either, but that does punch it up really nicely. There is a very clear threshold between the beginner bows, like the SF Axiom Plus, which are fairly dense aluminium, and the Hoyt Horizon, which is, it's aluminium, but it has a bit more of a delicate touch. It doesn't feel overly heavy. It feels just right. For someone who's done archery for quite a while now, it feels just right. And it's just great for someone coming into archery or coming back to archery. Some risers have been described as being dead in the hand. So again, certain dense aluminium risers just feel like bricks. You just hold it in your hand, it feels quite heavy, and you don't get that much feedback. Whereas something like this does start giving you that feeling of what you did right or wrong. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's me pretending to be a bareboat shooter at 7 meters. It works. My first impressions are very positive. The riser doesn't feel too heavy and doesn't feel too light. It's just that right midpoint for most people. The grip feels good. You don't really notice that lack of thickness, which other risers might have. Your hand still slides in fine, it holds it fine. You may find you may need to build it up a bit if you prefer more feedback and contact with your hand, but for the most part, the shape is good. I do like the look of the grip too. That's a big asset there. Yeah, like I said, the bow feels just in between the extremities of weight. I have complained about certain bows in the past being a bit too heavy, and while they might be forgiving for a beginner, for an intermediate shooter you want something with a bit more control. And this is a good example of that midpoint. Even as a bare bow, I could feel I could keep it on target. I don't feel that it has that innate tendency to stay on target. I feel that you have to hold it in place a bit more, but that's a small thing. Again, I think one of the big differences between the high-end bows and the mid-level bows, the high-end bows are balanced so that it does tend to prevent torque. This one, you can, if you tilt it, it won't come back to its original place. It isn't that delicate and balanced. But if you have decent form and you've worked your way up, or you're growing into your bow, this actually feels really good. I feel that, it rewards good form. And you feel that positivity and that feedback through the riser and through yourself. And now for this. Alright, no clicker, so my form will be a little weird, but everything else should be okay. Alright, Hoyt Horizon Pro with the full Olympic setup, minus clicker. Oh, that's a lot of sound absorption. Whoa, having stabilizers and weights does make a big difference. I mean, I think the bow's quite well tuned as it is. They did some work on it last week, but that's a very immediate difference. I'm struggling a bit because the bow is a 70-inch bow, I think. So it's a bit long than what I'm used to. I can't quite get the string on my nose. So I only have one reference point, and that's my chin. So no clicker, no reference point. Feels a little weird, so my shooting's a bit off today. I mean, it shoots alright, by the way. Just me, rather than bow. You can hear the bow is very well controlled. There's a lot to like about it. And like I said before, it's already quite well balanced. So when you put the weights on, it does wanna. Well, this one's actually quite forward heavy, which is a good thing for a freestyle archer. But it just wants to stay there. I think it's the right weight where it doesn't kind of torque around or jump around your hand. That's me hitting my own arrows. It's terrible shooting. Bow's wonderful, but it's a bit too long for me, so I can't quite get it right. Anyway, that's a good demonstration. I think my first impressions of the freestyle version are, look, it's a very well balanced bow. It looks good, it feels really nice. I think this will be great as a first bow, as well as an intermediate bow to upgrade to rather. So yeah, my impressions so far are very good. So yeah, my overall thoughts on the Hoyt Horizon Pro are very good. As I said before, it feels like that just right kind of bow, where it's not too heavy, not too light, not too expensive. And I think that if you're looking for a first bow or an intermediate bow, the Hoyt Horizon is a solid choice. It is a good performing bow. It'll take you to your first competition and beyond. And I think it's a good progression point. This is especially if you intend to progress down the Hoyt line. Hoyt has a particular look, shape and feel, especially because they exclusively use aluminium for the designs, whereas the Win bows are mostly known for carbon. So if you like the carbon look and feel, that's a Win thing. The Hoyt lines are very nice with the aluminium designs. So if you're looking at bows like the Hoyt Epic and you want to move up to this sort of bows, then this is a good starting point. This is, in my opinion, that first step from the Hoyt Horizon or Horizon Pro to the Hoyt GMX to the Hoyt Epic, and that's kind of what this line looks like. And the higher you go, the better it will feel, the more balanced it will feel, and it might squeeze in a bit of performance as well. The Hoyt Horizon is that first step, so yeah, it's worth it definitely. I think people will be happy shooting this bow, and I feel that I think this typifies that middle point, that intermediate point. Whereas certain bows, like for example the Cartel Phantom, are also beginner to mid-point, but they're on the bottom end in terms of price and in terms of performance. This is more the middle of the middle. And it's kind of in line with bows like the SF bows. I think the SF Forge Plus will be the closest comparison to the Hoyt Horizon Pro. So yeah, overall, it's definitely a good bow to use. If you're into Hoyt bows, this is a good starting point. And overall, a thumbs up from me. This is NUSensei. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.